born as a very young. She weighed 1 pound, 5.7 ounces. Graduated in the top 25% in her class at O'Connor High School. They had told us that she would never walk, talk, anything, nothing like that. Dr. Chintapalli helped us tremendously with prayer and all kinds of stuff.
Brain nurture.
Brain nurturing, everything. It worked. She had physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, everything. And she's extremely smart, does very well, was accepted to go to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. She wants to be a nurse, but she doesn't want to travel that far, so I think she's going to stick around here in San Antonio and go to college here. But she's extremely smart.
So tell me all the complications he had, Art, because I can just have her say hi and,
yes,
what her ambitions.
She had 2 bleeds in her brain. I want to say one on one side and a 4 on the other. She's had several surgeries on her eyes, retinopathy procedures on her eyes due to prematurity. And
her lungs got damaged and she went home on an oxygen cylinder.
She went back on an oxygen, went home using oxygen, and she's just been through a lot, but she has pulled through.
Did you do tummy times music? That's what I want you to tell.
Read
0 to 3. Your wife being a special ed teacher, she was worried.
We did a lot of work with her, reading and math and all kinds of stuff.
So when she was born, she did have tummy times and exercises, stretches.
Oh, definitely.
Music therapy. We focus so much from different directions.
Yes, music
so that's
therapy.
What I want you to say.
Everything. She's had all kinds of therapy. Like I said, physical, speech, occupational.
Mostly mommy and daddy therapy. That's what I'm interested in.
Yes, and a lot of nurturing. A lot of going to church and doing all kinds of stuff. She also had a surgery on one of her legs for the mild cerebral palsy.
Because she has a big cyst on the right side, right?
Yes, she does. She does have, like I said, she had a grade 1 and a grade 4 bleed in her brain, but she has done very, very well, extremely well, very smart.
Okay. She's one who had vancomycin cardiac arrest in the nursery, right? And she was in the nursery for 16 weeks to 5 months, I think.
Yes.
And she had meningitis 3 times, didn't you say?
I think she did have meningitis.
She had viral meningitis, and she had one bacterial meningitis.
She was overdosed 10 times the amount by accident by a nurse.
Vancomycin.
And yes, exactly. And so she basically, they said that they worked on her for 3 minutes, stopped breathing, and all of a sudden she opened up her eyes and here she is.
A surprise! And nothing short of a miracle, right? And the miracle made it possible because of the parents being the first teachers, particularly 0 to 3 years, Say something to the audience.
Hi.
And you're proud of yourself. Congratulations for being the top 25 for O'Connor.
Thanks.
And you want to give it back to the society through medical care by being a nurse.
Yeah.
I encourage you to become a physician, maybe a psychiatrist and psychologist who can offer more counseling and healing.
I'll look into it.
Did you watch a lot of TV when you were growing up?
Yeah.
How much?
Not too much, but some.
Some.
Yeah.
Not iPad, you
No.
spend your time with the music, a lot of outdoors, and I know you had pony rides and hippotherapy also, a lot of physical therapy, but your parents really did help you to build self-confidence, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what would you tell anybody who says, you're out of the NICU and you're going to be retarded and your brain doesn't work? What's your single most message?
I don't know. I haven't thought. I don't know.
Never give up.
Yeah, basically
Just work hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you still, you're not afraid to work hard.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming today and giving this testimonial.
You're welcome.
We need more people like, you to come forth. You're going to now.
I'm currently going to Lanier High School.
And how are your grades coming along? Are you senior or junior?
I'm a senior, mostly B and C grades.
C grades.
Yeah.
And your difficult subject is economics?
Yes.
Science and language arts, you're good?
Science, language arts, and math are going pretty well.
And
mainly math, but it just comes naturally. Math.
and you don't have any other trouble. You still need your Vyvanse right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, I want you to tell in English, even if it is difficult for you, how he was at 5 years of age.
Oh, he don't talk. He go under the tables. He go to the floor, have tempers and cry. He don't want to talk. He never look to the eyes to people.
And he was considered autistic kid and ADD, right?
Right.
And after my lecture at Sarah King Elementary School, you came to me.
Yeah, when I hear from you, I go to look to find help because he was trouble on school, even if he has 5 years old.
And then
How he was acting.
you had to change things at home and yourself, your husband, and communication. You had to become a strong lady, and I know you're a working parent, right?
Thank you.
And you did, what are some of the therapies? Can you remember what you did, to make him
Yes,
turn?
with the music to relax and we change things to do with him, more space and praying and
Touch therapy too, right?
yeah,
And chin lift, and so he started talking by 6 years. Now we are looking at who was considered as autistic, never talked and never made eye contact at 5 years.
Yep.
I remember the days when in front of all patients you're lying down on the same corridor here on the floor. But look at you now, take pride in being an example for others.
I don't even remember any of that. 5 or 6, I don't.
But
That's
I'm
very
so proud
surprising.
I'm so proud of you.
Great.
What school are we going to? Spect Elementary? And what grade are you getting into?
I just left. This is my last day.
That's
To-
summer school.
That's a summer school. What are you doing for summer?
Swim. At
Swim?
Terry Fitness.
Yeah. How much of TV do you play to watch? Nothing, right? Yeah. Do you play a lot on those video games? No. Hello.
Hello.
Can you say hi, Dr. Chintapalli?
Hi, Dr. Chintapalli.
How are you feeling? Hmm? You're feeling good? Did you come with your mama today? Hmm? Did you come with mama today? Yeah.
Talk to the doctor?
Talk to the doctor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So tell me how she was before you came to me.
Pretty much nonverbal, not a lot of speech, and just very in a cloud, not really engaged whenever you would try to get her attention. So pretty much in a fog.
What are some of the things that you're doing now that she's integrating her senses?
We've eliminated the iPad, screen time, and we just try to engage her more verbally, talking to her, doing music, try to do play floor time, and just engaging with her school activities and doing homework with her.
Mm-hmm.
And in that, we've seen that she's echoing a lot more, but in the echoing, we see a lot more meaningful speech. So she echoes most of the time, but if she needs something, like if she wants milk, she'll start requesting it. And
She's able to say milk.
yes, she says milk, please, or more milk.
That's good.
Yes.
6 months or 7 months ago, I think you came to me 8 months ago.
About just about.
So, and she wasn't doing anything other than staring into the ceiling and,
just very in a fog. Yeah.
And what do you think, she has a chromosomal anomaly, but you were also doing a lot of screen time. You know, we talked about it, right?
Previously, yeah, she
How
got
many
a-
hours a day?
Gosh, I couldn't tell you how many. I mean, it would be more than one. I could say that.
Mhm.
But she would get the iPad. She would get my phone. You know, she would throw tantrums if she didn't have these things. So weaning her off of those was difficult, but the results are definitely worth doing that.
In spite of the chromosomal anomaly, 8 months made a world of difference where she's making eye contact now. She even said, "Hi, Dr. Chintapalli," to me. And she's calling you Mama, and she knows her name, it's Sonia, and she's putting two words together, right? And you do a lot of floor time and other things, right? Do you mind if I share, you know, this for educational purposes with the audience?
Definitely.
So that they know what is the adverse effect of screen time on the developmental milestones in the growing brain?
Yes.
Because that's my passion,
Yes.
brain networks
There's
and biosocial
definitely
behaviors.
a huge difference between who she was then on the screen constantly and who she is now.
So she broke the habit right now. She doesn't even cry for it anymore.
If she finds an iPad, it's not charged, so she can't use it.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but she doesn't. She's in the point where she's not even looking for it anymore.
And she's reading now, you told
she
me?
is reading. Yes, she
Okay.
is reading.
Is it sight word or is it like she's able to do a phonetic association?
She could do all sight words, and
Okay.
then the larger words she tries to figure out phonetically.
So
Yeah.
good. Is she getting ABA therapy too?
In her school, as it's needed.
As it's needed.
as
But
it's
it's very expensive. I know it's hard to get. But you became the therapist 24/7, 365, right?
Yes, I tried very hard.
Thank you so much for complying with the instructions. Okay. Thank you for the testimonial that you have given me.